Assalamu alaikum friends. Welcome to Tax Dosti reporting. I'm your tax dost and tax host Anthony Williams, and today is the 9th of September 2018. You're watching Tax Dosti reporting. Our website taxdosti.com is a good place to start to see our videos. You could see our videos on that page, and you can also from that page you can go to all our social media um, channels. We have the YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, and you can as well as Pinterest and Google Plus. And on our website, you can find important tax dates as well as documents that you need for filing. You can visit us. You can book your appointment with our tax consultants, and you can enjoy our um, comments and our views on latest news and happenings from FBR, SCCP, State Bank, Supreme Court, and all those regulatory authorities that are affecting your tax rights in Pakistan. So today we'll be discussing the news. Go by the book, FBR chairman orders taxman. This news appeared yesterday, written by Mehtab Haider, and in the international the news website. And basically, this news is telling us that a new Federal Board of Revenue chairman has been appointed by the name of Mohammad Jehanzeb Khan, and he is a 22 grade DMG officer and has plainly told his top officers to disregard political sensitivities and go by the book while enforcing tax laws. So basically, this article is telling something about the new chairman FBR as well as his aims and ambitions in line with the new PTI government. So we'll be Tax Dosti will be giving their comments on this news and exploring the laws, financial rules that this article is talking about. So basically, the new chairman is of the view that unfortunately some FBR officers are showing political sensitivities from which they should refrain because it is the domain of politicians to take care of political sensitivities, and as civil servants we are supposed to implement the laws approved by the parliament, which means that as taxmen FBR people should be uh, focused on collection of tax as well as facilitation of taxpayers instead of protecting politicians and businessmen and army persons who are earning millions and billions and not taxing them, and taxing people who are salaried persons, small businesses, or people without much clout. So, first of all, let's see that the chairman, Mohammad Jehanzeb Khan, who has been appointed now, previously for the interim government, Ms. Ruxana Yasmin was the chairman, and before her, it was Tariq Mahmood Pasha, appointed as chairman on 2nd of July 2018. He is now the uh, head of State Bank of Pakistan. So he has gone from here, from FBR to State Bank of Pakistan. And basically, the present chairman is Mohammad Jehanzeb Khan. So the news goes on to say that he has told the FBR officers, the commissioner, the chairman, FBR has told that their performance would be the criteria for remaining in his good books and directed them to focus on enhancing their professionalism. He also told them that there would be zero tolerance if any fishy came to his attention, if anything fishy came to his attention. So the question is, how do I, as a taxpayer, as a resident taxpayer in Pakistan, or as a non-resident person but maybe a taxpayer because I have income in Pakistan, so a non-resident person or a resident person brings to the attention of the chairman? And the answer is that if you visit the website of Federal Board of Revenue, fbr.gov.pk, and on that home page, basically there is an option to, in the heading under complaints, write to Chairman FBR. So if we click on it, it will take us to another page which is telling us that representation to the chairman can be made under section 7 of Federal Board of Revenue Act 2017, so as 2007, which means that basically you as a taxpayer having any problem regarding any action done or taken for enforcement of fiscal laws, or any act of maladministration, corruption, and misbehavior by any employee or officer of the board, you can complain directly if you feel that your complaint is genuine and it needs the attention of the chairman. So you can write to him directly. This is his address, as well as a member has been delegated this power. So this is that member's email, phone number. You can send this on this address your complete uh, representation, that is your letter, your complaint, and you can also do it online in your iris. So there are two options of bringing something to the notice of the chairman FBR, and you have the legal right to do this. Coming back, so if you notice anything fishy, you can send this to his notice, and as he has promised, he'll take action. Going forward, the article is basically saying that this chairman has been appointed because of his good reputation, and he does things by the books. So now we'll uh, go and see what is this book that the article is saying go by the book. So the book is basically the law which is called the Federal Board of Revenue Act 2007. These are the rules under which the chairman, FBR, and his board, and all the officers, commissioners, regional commissioners, commissioner, deputy commissioners, will act, and it is this law which will govern their performance, and it is this law which will govern the scope of their work. So let's see this, examine this law, and you'll be surprised that there are many things which the FBR has to do, with starting from the vision to make it a modern technique, to build the capacity of the tax system to collect taxes using modern techniques, for the Federal Board of Revenue to be progressive, to have integrity, its officers to have integrity, professionalism, teamwork, courtesy. Professionalism means that when you go to meet a assistant commissioner, commissioner, you expect that they are well versed in the tax law, as well as they are uh, uh, commerce graduates, know business, but many times you find that they are not. So, professionalism means that the organization as a whole will hire people who are more who are well educated in commerce, business, and have knowledge of tax laws, are fair, are transparent, are responsive. This is the vision of the law we are discussing, Federal Board of Revenue Act 2017, and it defines many things. First of all, chairman means the chairman of the board appointed by the federal government. So as we just read in the news that a federal government has appointed a new chairman of FBR, and the fiscal laws, uh, generally the fiscal laws which he'll be administrating and improving are the Customs Act 1969, Sales Tax Act 1990, Income Tax Ordinance 2001, Federal Excise Act 2005. These are the four main tax laws, but the federal government can also give other laws under his supervision, as anti-money laundering, or Benami transactions, etc. Now we come to, it has been established a Federal Board of Revenue, and it consists of a board which shall be consist of not less than 7 members to be appointed. So the chairman, along with 7 members, is constitutes a board, and this is the book that the article is talking about: the powers and functions of the board. What shall the board do? And we as a taxpayer, we may be resident taxpayers, which means that we live in Pakistan during the financial year that starts in July and ends in June every year, for more than 183 days, which is roughly 6 months. So if we are in Pakistan for 6 months, doing our employment or business or any other reason, we become resident Pakistanis, and we have to account for in our tax returns about our Pakistan source income, all income that we have earned in Pakistan, as well as all the income we have earned abroad and all the assets also. And if we are non-resident Pakistanis, according to tax laws, that means that we have been in Pakistan for less than 6 months, 183 days to be exact. And we are. But the Federal Board of Revenue, the board has these powers and functions. So if they stick to their job and don't and are impartial, then these are the things that they have to do. First of all, they have to implement tax administrative reforms, because as the population is growing, as Pakistan is progressing, there has to be better ways of administrating the tax laws. They have to promote voluntary tax compliance. One thing in Pakistan is that you have to file your tax voluntarily basis, and that will be accepted. So they should, the board and the chairman FBR are tasked with or are mandated to promote voluntary tax compliance, which the government has done by bringing an online system which is called IRIS, and to make the board a service oriented organization, so that instead of taxpayer running after the taxmen and trying to solve their problems, the taxman should be available, accessible, so that tax problems can be solved of individuals as well as businesses. The other is modern effective tax administration and widening of tax base. That means that only 1 million people Pakistanis file tax returns every year. At least 50 million people should be filing their tax. Then the country, the debts of the country and the country will be managed when everyone will be declaring what he and she earns. So widening of tax base is also part of the mandate, which is part of the book. Then to improve productivity, which means that normally tax, if you get a tax notice from a taxman, it takes months and months to settle the issue. Even if in your favor, it takes a lot of time. So productivity should be high, even if government finds something which is which it thinks you have committed and it's punishable or a crime. It should be done quickly. To identify, select through, then to identify proper people, grant resources, take appropriate measure for internal controls. A lot of tax information is leaked to the media, a lot of things happen, so there should be better control. So this very important information should not be leaked. And the one thing that is written here is strong internal controls to combat corruption, which means that the board should be focused 100% on making such procedures which will defeat the purpose of officers below it on taking bribes and corruptions. So this is going by the books. And then deciding jurisdiction, where that is who comes under who, which taxpayer, and then other things related to tax like money laundering, financial crimes, to aid, advise other government agencies to improve a system of accountability. and the list goes on, so that when the purpose of this tax dosti reporting video is that there is a law which is stating all these objectives, that if the board and the chairman focus on, then they can make this Federal Board of Revenue a very oriented, a very friendly organization with minimum of corruption or bad practices, and very easy for 50 million Pakistanis to file their tax returns. One reason that 50 million Pakistanis every year don't file their tax return is that the FBR is unable, its online system or its offline physical systems are unable to deal with this massive amount of people filing their returns, managing them. It hardly can manage 1 million tax returns, and its slow, processes are slow, its service is slow. So all of this has been written in the law, which is the law called the Federal Act, the Federal Board of Revenue Act 2007. The chairman has and the board has all these power and functions that we just discussed. One interesting thing that I want to point out in this law is section 14, which says that it has the power to create and maintain a data bank. The board shall create and maintain a data bank containing information from third parties necessary to perform the objects and purpose of this act. In Pakistan, middle class people and maybe poor people always think that this person is so rich, he has or she has so many assets, so much income, but still they are not paying taxes. And why is that? And the main reason is that the FBR has not made any effort of collecting information from third parties. It could be State Bank of Pakistan, it could be banks, it could be airlines, it could be the DHA, property registering organizations. Anywhere you look, simply you ask from any authority that this person has this CNIC number and he is a tax filer. Please provide us with information that we can cross check, we can use in audits, so that we can see whether he has declared or she has declared all his assets and income. They have the power, but unfortunately, like no chairman before the current one has exercised this power, or at least they have not informed the government. I know that the government is doing a lot, but still these things should be highlighted and made prominent, so that people who are honest and filing their taxes, declaring their wealth and income, they should be rest assured that government is taking steps to bring those people who have not declared, who have not filed their tax returns into the tax return. So the powers and everything is in the law. And going back to our article, go by the book. FBR chairman orders taxman. So Mr. Chairman Mohammad Jehanzeb Khan, we request on behalf of 220 million Pakistanis on the platform of TaxDosti reporting or TaxDosti to please go by the book and try to achieve all these objectives, especially widening of tax net, getting tax data, and ensuring that those people who want to file their tax return, it is a good experience for them when they file their tax returns. Thank you very much, friends, for your time, for watching Tax Dosti reporting videos. You can visit our website, our social channels, and you can comment and be part of this platform, because Tax Dosti reporting means be a better Pakistani, be a tax filer, and know your tax rights. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Take care.